I'm not saying a word without my lawyer present. You are the lawyer. So where's my present? What? Hey everyone, Luke Lee here, television and film actor and practicing lawyer in Singapore. And this is Meme Reacts 5. When you don't know the case you cited in your brief. As a counselor, as an attorney, you do not want to be in this situation because when you go to court, you have to be prepared. So no matter how good an advocate you are only as good as the amount of preparation you put into before you go to court. Do not go to court and don't do legal research. Do not go to court and don't know your case because you have to know it backwards. You have to know the ratio decidendi, you have to know the grounds of decision, you have to know if there are more persuasive cases and relevant case law as well. Whatever you cite in your submissions, you have to know this. So it's very, very irresponsible of you to not know this and actually go to court and present this in front of the judge because it's super embarrassing also. You know, it's basically like your cheat sheet, right? And you need to know what's on your cheat sheet. I'm not saying a word without my lawyer present. You are the lawyer. So where's my present? What? So this meme is actually about the right to silence. For those of you who watch US crime dramas, you would know about something called the Miranda Rights. This is something recited to you by police, and it goes like this. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney, and if you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you. So the Miranda Rights warning actually came about because of the US Supreme Court's decision in Miranda versus Arizona. These rights actually arose from the US Constitution's Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination. So where I'm from, Singapore, we don't have the equivalent of the US Constitution's Fifth Amendment rights in our Singapore Constitution. So yes, it is very important to know your rights, especially what rights you have in whatever jurisdiction you are in. So make sure you look that up. Law examiners, me who just wrote a perfect essay, I would like to award you the highest honor I can bestow. 70%. Okay, honestly, I've been in this situation before because when I was in law school, and I went to law school in the University of Manchester, shout out, I had to do my dissertation in my final year of law school, and I spent months doing that dissertation on constitutional reform. I really thought I perfected it, and my professor was this world-renowned constitutional law professor. So at each one of the meetings, I was so sure that I was on the right track and I would get that 80%. In the end though, I only ended up getting, I think, 75%. So that was really disappointing. I was hoping to get 80 or 85%, but I just did not, and it kind of dragged my average down. So yeah. When someone mentions they're studying law and you've just finished watching Better Call Saul, you know, I'm something of a lawyer myself. So Better Call Saul is one of my all-time favorite TV shows, and it's created by Vince Gilligan. It stars Bob Odenkirk and Rhea Seehorn. It's actually the prequel to Breaking Bad for those of you guys who've watched Breaking Bad, and it follows the life of Saul Goodman. And yeah, honestly, this show, Better Call Saul, it's one of my favorites just because it's really, really realistic, and it follows Jimmy McGill all the way until he becomes Saul Goodman. So it's a highly recommended TV show from me. I really encourage you guys to watch it if you guys want to become a lawyer because it's such a realistic depiction of the different kinds of law as well as the types of lawyers. It's just so good. Trust me. First day as a lawyer, judge, and who will you be representing? Me, throwing gang sign, the street. Okay, so please don't do this, obviously. So normal court etiquette dictates that when you actually introduce yourself before a judge, you have to state your name, the case number, as well as who you are representing. So it's very important that you do that, and you do that respectfully and you do that properly, just because if you do this, you would probably be scolded by the judge, or maybe, I don't know, contempt of court. I don't think you have contempt of court, but just, you know what, I think you have contempt of court. I think this is just pretty weird. So please, as an attorney, please don't throw gang signs in front of the judge or say you're from the streets, even if you're from the streets, because that's not the normal court etiquette. I can't believe I'm saying this. Attorney, the youngest son, the 20-year-old, how old is he? He's 20, much like your IQ. Okay, I've kind of heard something like this happen before. I think this is a true story. Here the problem with the attorney, as you can see, is that he's asking the witness something which he already knows, which doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Please don't do this. If you're an attorney, do your research as well as ask questions which actually make sense and not something which is self-explanatory. Actually, what I do is I prepare a list of potential cross-examination questions in order to ask the witness. This is very important because then you will know what potential questions you can actually put forward, and actually you can jot some more questions down if they ever come to mind. When my client rejects the prosecutor's bullshit offer, oh yeah, it's all coming together. So this is Krunk from Emperor's New Groove. So when you're in a criminal case and you are the defense counsel representing your accused, who is your client can actually have the opportunity to plead guilty or not. And what the prosecution can do in some instances is give you a plea deal, also known as a plea bargain. So this is an offer coming from the prosecution for the accused to actually agree to plead guilty in order to receive some form of concession from the prosecutor. So this could be anything from pleading guilty to a less serious charge or pleading guilty to the original offense such that you have actually a more lenient sentence. And what a plea bargain does is it helps to avoid a really long, lengthy criminal trial, in which case there will be a lot of work that has to be done. Also, this prevents litigation risk from the accused being convicted of a more serious sentence at the end of the trial. So it's very important to consider when there's a plea deal whether or not it is fair to your client and whether or not you can actually get a better outcome at trial. If your lawyer dresses like this, you're going to jail. What are those jeans? Are those Crocs? I've never seen lawyers in jeans. I have seen some lawyers in Crocs, which is just mind-boggling, I think. So the dress code for lawyers in Singapore is a full black suit with a white shirt and a smart tie. For women, you don't need to wear a tie and you can wear a skirt. You don't have to wear pants. But I've never ever seen a lawyer in jeans, nor do I want to see a lawyer in jeans. And if I'm represented by this kind of lawyer, honestly, I would just discharge this lawyer because it shows that you don't have any pride in your appearance as well as no pride in presentation. And that means that it may actually spill over to your presentation in front of the court, because it means that you don't actually put any effort into presenting yourselves. And like it or not, just like Harvey Specter says in Suits, you are judged based on your presentation. You are judged on your appearance, on how you conduct yourself as well. So yeah, please don't wear sneakers or jeans to court. It's very, very unbecoming of an attorney. Lawyers be like, this one sparks joy, this one does not spark joy. Okay, so I am sure all of us watch a lot of Netflix. I pretty much watch every single anime series on 1 week into law school. Gives legal advice to friends. Honestly, 1 week into law school, in your first week, you know nothing. You know nothing, Jon Snow. You know nothing. And just remember that, because you are only learning the basics of your QLD. So if you're a law student and you give legal advice and that person who receives the advice acts on it to their detriment, what happens is you have given legal advice without being qualified, and that person actually has a claim against you for giving them the wrong legal advice, and they have acted on it. So just make sure that you protect yourself and make sure that you do not give legal advice when you're not qualified. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys, and do hit the notification bell below if you want to see more videos from this channel. Stay safe.